We met through some mutual friends. They said, oh, we're having some other friends over for dinner if you want to stick around. So I said, sure. And Danielle was one of the friends that came over for dinner, so that was how we first met.
I walk in the door, heading into my friend's room, and there's this beautiful man angel. For the next week, I could not get him out of my head, and I'm just not like that.
Sometimes you hear, when you're single, you hear people say, like, I didn't find the person until I stopped looking for the person. I was definitely looking for the person.
How did I slowly go out of my mind? It's really what falling in love meant for me. We got to the point where we kept saying, I really, really like you so much, like it just wasn't good enough.
We hadn't been dating long.
Jacob told me before I got out of the van that he loved me, and it just hit me while he was saying it that I loved him too. There just wasn't even a hesitation there. I just said that I loved him too.
She was beautiful, and she was just humble and gracious is the way I would say it. She was very kind, and she was into music, and that was a connection we had right away.
And it was just supernatural. It wasn't supernatural. I think it began to feel like a band where we both shared the same amount, probably only a couple years ago, actually. I mean, the Blackbird Revue has taken on a lot of different forms and even probably musical styles throughout the, gosh, like seven and a half years that we've been doing it. But I had been, for the most part, somewhat of a, just a smaller part of the band until we started doing the duo. And that's when I started writing a lot more, because I'd been a songwriter for a long time, even before I met Jacob, but I didn't feel like what I wrote fit very well with the Blackbird Revue sound for a long time. And then once we were the duo, somehow we were able to just make it work.
It's been a long process of us learning to be a true partnership. And I would say that both romantically and musically, it was difficult. That's kind of a theme for our story, both romantically and musically, is that it was really difficult at first, but I think we both saw the value of pushing through that difficulty. And it worked out well, I'd say. If you're a single guy and you're over at one of your friend's house and they ask you if you want to stay for dinner for their girls' night, like, yeah, you take advantage of that.
I've got two young hands to touch, one old heart to feel, and an honest voice trying to sing to you something real. No, I never will deny how you sweetly haunt my mind, like a gentle breeze through the wild oak trees round supper time. And your name, it falls on these ears of mine, sweet like a summer rain, with the mystery of a distant bee calling train. So I'll use these hands to bind your wounds, give this heart for your love. I will sing to you out of all the things you've been dreaming of. Just be my love. Oh, be my love. I spent a long and lonely time, 30 years of a young man's life, searching the eyes of many a girl looking for my wife. No, I never thought you'd sing my perfect harmony. Never knew someone could have such fun just pressing me. And your name, it falls on these ears of mine, sweet like a melody, like a graceful song the whole these hands to bind your wounds. Give this heart for your love. I will sing to you of all the things you've been dreaming of. Just be my love. Oh, be my love. Oh, 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 oh. Now your name, it falls on these ears of mine. Sweet love whisper low, like candlelight on a summer night with nowhere to go. So I use these hands to bind your wounds. Give this heart for your love. I will sing to you of all the things you've been dreaming.